Yo, have you heard about Anchor? It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. This is the L7C podcast. You're about to listen to our end of year podcast. You're going to have Byron on it, Cedric on it, Jacob on it, Mitch on it, and even the people who weren't able to be on the initial recording, Chelsea and Justin, they're going to be on it as well. You're going to hear all of our thoughts on how we did in 2020. You're going to hear our goals for next year. You're going to hear who we want to put in our rotation at the L7C podcast. And you're going to hear a lot of laughs and a lot of good time. Just a whole group of people just having a great time, chucking it up and doing what we do on the L7C podcast. Just want to thank all you listeners for listening to this one and for continuing listening to us. You'll enjoy this. Here it is, the end of year L7C podcast. Here we are, the end of year podcast. We got the Dragon Ball expert Mitch Oso with us.
Good afternoon. Bow to your sensei. That is my name. Just remember who you're talking to.
We got the wrestling expert Jacob Mason.
What's up, everybody?
We have a founder, the anime expert Cedric Ware with us.
Yo, what up?
And then last but definitely not least, we got the captain, Byron Mitchell, with us.
What's good?
So, guys, we're here at the end of the year in our first couple months of having the L7C podcast. And the first thing, we just decided to do this on a whim, and we did it. And Mitch, you were the first episode on the podcast. Were you nervous being the first episode?
Oh, absolutely not. I was ready to go. I did, and just it was a long time in the works for us to actually do something like this. Got to tip my hat off to you for being the one who took the initiative to get this train started. But no, I was pretty excited and just ready to talk like what I normally do, anyways, and just actually put it on a recording. Yeah, I was excited.
To be honest, man, starting this thing, I was talking to Cedric and Byron. And it's honestly because of like Ryan and Jeremy Beach, because they always talk about starting something and then they never finish it. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And then here we
go. Watch this be the one episode they watch.
Cedric, do I care?
No,
but I just know this would be the one that they listen to, like this one in particular.
Well, on the flip side, though, a lot of people will always have like great ideas, and we're not going to take that idea away from them. But we are doing what we're doing.
What you mean? I'm taking all the ideas.
Oh my!
Justin, yeah, I know you listen to this, so I know you got to edit it already. That's fine. Yeah, I said shit. I said it good.
Well, Jacob cusses all the time on his.
See, now that's
hey, are you shocked?
No.
I won't lie. Listening to Justin and Jacob is the reason why I even said shit on like the third or fourth podcast I was on. I was just like, well, they do it. I don't do shit.
Like the first one, I was all nervous. I was like, should we cuss? Should we not? And I think Martin, you said shit, and I'm like, oh, it's game on. Like, let's go.
I don't think it was me first, but
it was me. I was the first one.
Byron cussed on the Power Rangers episode. I was like, really, bro?
I know, but hey, I did really good because normally I have a problem with cursing. Actually, so I was proud of myself. I didn't curse. I don't think in any of ours.
No.
Now.
No. So I'm
anyone who liked my shit.
I'm going to swing this one to Jacob, because Jacob, since we were just talking about you, what's been your favorite podcast to do or listen to?
My favorite podcast to do was actually our last one we did, which was NXT War Games Reveal.
Well, shit, that was a good one. Cedric, what's been your favorite to do or listen to?
I feel kind of bad to say I shouldn't even say it because he's not even on this episode yet. I really like Justin's. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was probably like, in the terms of things that we all like really love to do, just something I decided I didn't know that Justin liked to do that stuff. So it was really interesting.
Oh, and how I was like, so how do you bet illegally?
Well, that's just like the lawyer side of me. It's like, you shouldn't answer that question.
Byron, what about you? What's been your favorite to do or listen to?
My favorite one to listen to is actually the anime episode with Cedric, because I actually want to get more into anime, and he actually introduced me to a lot of types that I've never heard of, like Josei or Seinen. So it was a very interesting episode to listen to.
Mitch, what about you?
Anyone that had my voice in it, like knock myself credit. I mean, no, it's hard. It's hard to actually pick because I mean everyone has offered an insight on topics in which I have not really been like a true expert about, and it's fun just to listen to everyone. But yeah, I mean, I'll never. I'm a little narcissist. I'm never going to shy away from giving myself credit. But like I liked Chelsea's. I thought Chelsea was good. When you had Cam, no,
Yeah, Cam Harris.
yeah, when you had Cam, that one was insightful, and I love just the variety that you've put on display by getting all these extra fields that I'm not an expert about. Awesome.
Speaking, just sticking with you, Mitch. Since you love your voice so much, who would you want to add to a podcast that you do? Like, who would you want to do a collab with?
Anybody, but if it has to deal with like Dragon Ball, like I'll talk like Cedric. I mean, like I think you and I could collaborate more because I mean you know way more about anime in general, in a broader sense than me. So I feel like you could, or like we could feed off each other on there. I don't know how much like you stay up with Super and whatnot, but someone I could do that with. Byron, Jacob gives me a call. Him and his wife Hannah, they give me a call at least once every 2 weeks. And most of the time, they're going over bullshit and stupid that makes no sense. They just want to make sure that like this is not right. And so I could do that one on there. And then Byron, I mean, he's the college football guru right now. And if I actually dove into more college football like I used to, I'd hop into that one. But yeah, I could see me talking to anyone really. You guys are pretty easy to work with, I would say.
Jacob, what about you?
There's two here. The one I would love to do is I would love to do one with you and Mitch on Abridged.
The problem with Abridged, though, is Martin doesn't watch it.
I hate it.
I love Abridged.
Oh my god!
I love Abridged.
Yeah, that's some good stuff.
So, Jacob, what it would be is that, you would do a podcast and somehow Martin would just have to sit in the background, just recording. Just being
Martin, you're just going to have to record it, walk away, let me and Mitch talk for an hour, and we'll be good.
No, Cedric watches Abridged. You three could do it together.
No, correct. Yeah, Cedric. Yeah, Cedric and I, we used to watch it all the damn time, sitting there at the, what's that damn room called in the cap, or where you work, Cedric?
Oh, the SEC.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. Yeah,
whatever the letters. Not the college.
Yeah. Byron, do you watch any of the
I've
Abridged?
seen DBZ Abridged.
Wow.
Man, that's so great.
Yeah, give me an Abridged episode. I would love to be in on that. And then I want to get Patrick in on a podcast.
Well, you're going to have to talk to Justin about Patrick's, I guess, membership. Did you also see?
Yeah, Patrick doesn't have a membership. Justin.
Oh, does he not? Like, I don't listen to anybody else's episodes, so I don't listen to mine. I wouldn't know, but
damn, Jacob.
I know he's a big NXT fan, so I'm like, well, let's just chuck him in on an episode.
He really does.
Personally, I think that Patrick will be on the podcast eventually, and he's going to be like, when his podcast comes, he's going to be like fireworks going off in the background. He's going to have a grand entrance, a huge topic. And
Mitch, I don't think he will because I did that Columbus Crew one, and Justin's like, "Was Patrick on it?" I said, "No." He's like, "You're fucking right. He better not be on it."
I don't know what Patrick did to just get that cake, but he has it now.
Yeah, someone's got to spill the tea here because I have no idea what's going on. But I love it.
That'll be a next podcast. We'll have Justin on there, and Justin will just share everything.
Oh, it's wild. But Byron, who would you want to do an episode with?
I would love to do an episode with Justin because he's hilarious. I don't know what we would talk about, but I would love to do one with Justin.
Cedric, how about you?
Honestly, any of them. I think it'd be a fun time. Like, I struggle with wanting to do one with both just because we get so off topic sometimes, and then we just go down this rabbit hole of just like, I was going to say something funny. Just keep going down and down and down the rabbit hole. So I would love to do it a bridge episode. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I love BBC.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'll just be sitting here. I think one episode I would want to do, and I've talked to Mitch about this and a little bit with Jacob, I would actually like to have the wives do an episode together.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh,
yes.
Yes. Yes.
And let them spill the tea on their husband.
How about you? Crazy.
Well,
I'm in.
Well, in his case, it's the Mike card that he'd be spilling.
Oh, no.
Hey, I don't spill any Mike's hard weeks.
That's so funny. Any of you guys have any goals individually for the podcast, or just as a group, as all of us in general?
Who's going to start?
I'll continue to be the absolute golden standard for this podcast.
Golden standard.
Be the mountain.
Okay.
I mean, he has the views.
That's just me, I guess.
Hey, Jacob, you're one-dimensional.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
No, not in terms of content.
People are still
like,
watching.
You're like
People
me
still
in
watching
terms of
stuff. I can't say
one-dimensional.
anything.
Like you rock the Anchor views. You don't rock the YouTube views. You gotta spread your wings, man.
Dude, I most listened to guy. All right, listen, doesn't matter.
Man, but Jacob, you did just say you don't listen to anyone
That's true.
else's stuff. That's terrible.
Listen, I'm a busy man. You know, I listen to mine. I find out if it's good or not. I promote. Things happen. I just haven't gotten around to everybody else's. I did listen to the Power Rangers episode.
Thank you.
And I did listen to, I think, Mitch's first episode before we did our first episode, Barton.
Oh.
But other than that, I haven't listened to shit.
Good to know. For me personally, I just want to make a top 5 at least once. That's all I want.
Oh.
Ooh. It's a good feeling, let me tell you.
What platform, Byron? Like Byron, where do you want to crack top 5? Like, just Anchor? You want to be like me on YouTube or Spotify? Or
I'll take
what?
it all, Mitch.
Greedy.
Greedy.
Oh my gosh. Cedric, you got any goals for the group?
Now, I don't know. Everyone's setting really high goals for themselves. So I don't know if they need me to set any goals. I think they're fine.
Well, I don't think
honestly, I just want to. I guess overall, just we have a very diverse amount of information, amount of podcasts coming out, more views, attract more and more people to the Level 7 crew. Not Mitch. As memberships, because only Justin can approve membership. Listen to stuff.
Justin is HR.
He really is.
Mitch, do you have any goals?
Personal goals. I would like to maybe try to start a different topic other than DBZ. Not really sure what I could dive into, but always there has to be something else to talk about there. Maybe if I get lucky and win the fantasy football for the year, maybe I'll be a fantasy football expert. But I'm just humbled to be where I'm at right now.
I love it. I love that mindset though. You win that one time, now I'm the expert.
Oh my!
But yeah, no. The L7 crew goal though is to get your how much Anchor has paid you to about $10. That's what I'm looking to get.
I mean, currently we're at $4.79 as of
Hell yeah.
That's unacceptable. That doesn't get you a number 7 at Taco Bell.
Dude, that'll get you 2 McChickens and 2 small fries. You're set.
Well, I'm trying to get that to $10 so that I could divvy up everyone their $2 for contributing. You got to have at least 2 episodes to get money. So, Chuck, you only have 1. You don't get anything.
I'm not going to even lie to you. I forgot you did an episode, Chuck, until you just said his name.
Chuck's in the top 5.
I know. That shows just how irrelevant I really care.
So in 2021, who do you well Patrick already got shot down. So who do you think we should bring on? So we can't use that. So who should we bring on?
Who to bring on? Ooh.
What about your one coworker that knows a lot of like anime stuff?
I thought you were going to say Spikes. I'm like, no, we cannot have Spikes.
No, Andrew.
Oh no, I'm not trying to talk to him. I don't even want to know what he knows.
No, Andrea is coming on in 2021. We're trying to set that up. We might get one in early in 2021 because we need some more female representation because Chelsea's the only one bold enough to come on.
I was going to say the other Chelsea.
Oh,
she knows a lot of celebrity stuff.
No,
she's
I try
like
to get her on, but
she's insider.
Baking cookies with Patrick.
You could have a joint. You could have them as a special guest at one time off.
I don't know. I don't even think Justin would approve it even if Patrick was a +1 to someone else's podcast. It's like, well, Justin, without Patrick, we don't get Chelsea. That's fine, we don't get Chelsea. I can hear him saying that.
I'm trying to think of like who would be a reoccurring guest. You know, like a routine, like a individual. Because I can think of like a whole bunch of like just special guests, like every so often, but can't think of who's next.
Right, that's a tough one.
I mean, I'll say for me, I since Patrick got shut down and we were not having him on the podcast whatsoever, I want to get a wrestler.
What? How are we doing that?
I want to interview a wrestler. I'll make it happen somehow. Watch.
Like WWE wrestler or like someone who's up and coming?
No. Listen, I'm pretty famous, but I'm not that famous.
Okay,
Jacob.
But I think we could get someone.
Yeah, I mean, one of my people I went to high school with, and he plays. He wrestled and played football. He wrestles. I think it's still up in like Canton area. We call him like Chuck the Truck.
Oh yeah. I've watched him wrestle like 3 times.
Wow, small world.
Well,
yeah. Wrestling expert, so I figured he would know once I said it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I cannot think of the wrestling that I watched for that.
Because I don't want to say it's like Ohio Valley. I don't feel like it's Ohio Valley something.
Ohio Championship Wrestling.
That's what it is.
That's it.
OCW.
Oh yeah, we can get one of those guys. I can go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if she actually got bold enough, I would want to get Hepburn on. I do want to get Courtney on, but the topic that we would talk about, she's actually working it right now because it was involved with like COVID and how many kids are actually committing suicide during isolation. She's actually working some of those, so she can't really talk about those. But no, I would like to. I mean, when I was at Mitch's, I was trying to get Kayla to do an episode about education and teaching.
Oh, that'd be a good episode.
Good luck. She's not big into podcasts, so I don't know. I keep trying to convince her. Maybe I'll win that discussion, but not today.
You got to bribe her with like 8 mini pies to get her to do anything.
You got some Skyline. I think you got it. Yeah, you got it.
Gross.
Mini pies, Skyline, all that. Listen,
Why don't we do a podcast like that? Talk about like the pros and cons of Skyline. all the cons would take up most of the time. But
listen, I already know Justin's feelings. He's not letting us do that. So
yeah, I'll send him that.
Skyline.
I never got it.
Yeah, and it just will never get published. It's just like a lost episode. And I don't think anyone's gonna really want that. Like normally when you hear about lost episodes, you're like, oh, there's some new mystery. Not really Skyline killing.
Mitch, let's get your dad on here. Let's get Dave.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Talk about what?
No.
Man, you don't know.
I don't want to hear it.
They know stuff.
I would pay good money to listen to a Dave episode.
Yeah, I get Martin. I get that.
Like I'll automatically donate $10 to the L7C fund.
Oh my gosh, that would be too much. Too much.
At least I said him. I didn't say Nick.
Well,
Don't have him either. No, don't have him any of them. I'm the only Oso male that you should have talking on this podcast.
Nah, I should have an episode where Cedric interviews my dad.
Hold on.
You
Hold on.
understand, that's my guy.
If we talk about family, why not get either Steven or Junior on?
Junior will be. No, Junior's going to be the first one of 2021.
okay.
Oh, there we go. Where's Steven?
Well, he doesn't text me.
What is Junior going to talk about? Like,
Cedric,
I know he can
don't-
talk about a plethora of things. I'm just curious. Like,
Oh no, it's going to be
you-
a tell-all interview.
an interview.
Oh, he's
You-
gonna.
Are you right? Is he approving these questions?
No.
Don't be surprised if he asks you a list of the questions, because I can see like, Junior's not trying to be talking about all types of stuff on you. He wants to know what he's going to be asked, or he knows where he needs to answer.
Right.
Well, he's writing a book.
Oh, is he?
What?
Yeah, it's one of his side projects. It's from not shit to heartbreak to making it to the top by Junior Ray.
Well, you tell him.
Okay.
Is his
I don't like to read.
well, no, like is his grammar better than yours?
Oh, absolutely.
Bro, wait, you talking about me or Mark?
Really? He doesn't write. Junior.
Whose grammar are you asking?
Like I don't know whose grammar I comparing it with Martin.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say don't do it on mine.
Also, we know the story about your grammar. Like we understand. Like
I don't understand how you could take
You
someone's
proofread a
paper, proofread it, correct the forms of theirs that they got wrong, and get a 10% lower grade. I hate that.
I don't know why you're complaining so much because you didn't have to write it.
Well,
But I took it. He got a 92. I took it, fixed it, and got an 81. No sense. Same professor.
Dude, you're lucky she didn't realize it was the same paper, written word for word, just grammar change.
Right.
You wouldn't know. She's stupid. She doesn't know what she's grading. Takes out numbers out of a hat.
so I do have, as of today, y'all's listening, I guess, overall stats just on the podcast channel, so not on YouTube. Sorry, Mitch.
Hey,
Yes.
So, Mitch, you've been on 8 episodes, and obviously you were the first episode. On your 8 episodes combined everywhere, you have 93 total plays.
Ooh.
Byron, you've actually been on the most episodes, 10. And on your total plays, you got 61.
Okay.
Dang.
Okay.
So that's a man. You've been busy just tracking stats.
I did this all when I secretly went to go get Courtney's gifts when I was coming from Crunch. So sat in the car. One of my 2021 goals, definitely have Cedric on more, because Cedric's only been on 2 episodes, and he has 18 total plays.
Okay.
good average.
Ball in it.
Jacob has been on 8 total episodes and has 126 total.
Wow.
You should have started with my number, because now like you put mine next to Jacob, and I look like
I wrote, well, I wrote
So am I number one still? That's the only question that matters.
Well, we'll get to that later. I gotta go through other people's stats, man. Even the people.
Oh, that's terrible. Bullshit.
Chelsea's only been on 3 times, and she has 38 plays.
Okay.
Evan's been on 7 times and has 49 plays.
Okay.
I know he was on like that. Okay. Well.
And Evans wants a long time. Chuck's been on once, has 19 total plays.
His numbers are skewed.
Justin's been on 6 times and has 59 total plays.
Mm.
Y'all young Aki. And Jacob, as of right now, you have a 2-listen lead on Chelsea's episode.
Oh, good enough. I'll take it. One's a win.
Well,
Chelsea, let me hop on this shit right now.
There's still like 11 days. She could catch you and beat you.
If she ties, just let me know. I'll do some promotional work. I'll get the word out. We'll spread the gospel, get the cult going. Yeah, it's all good.
Cult.
I got faith in my listeners.
Those are followers if it's a cult.
Right.
Followers, cult, devout, whatever. I don't know. We're working on it.
I don't have the exact numbers, but Mitch, you have, I think, 1 or 2 episodes in the top 10. Jacob has 4. Chelsea has 1. Justin has 2. Chuck has 1. And Byron and Cedric are creeping. So is that.
Oh, so I'm still like popping on that too. All right, we're good.
So that's of right now on December 20th. We'll see what happens on the 31st.
You're going to need to get the YouTube those stats, though, you know?
Well, YouTube, Mitch has the most viewed when we put the podcast on YouTube. He has the most viewed ones because his most viewed YouTube one has 33. But Mitch, I will say with Anchor and all that stuff, technically, I would say you're the most consistent because you've only had 1 episode not be in double digits.
Nice.
Well, the one thing I was going to say, the other thing about mine that are consistent is that mine are Mr. Worldwide. You know, it's like always a new country that wants to listen to DBZ.
That is true. When DBZ ones come out and Cedric's anime one came out, different countries did hop on. Jacob, only America likes you.
Hey, that's fine. I know my people.
Jacob would say he loves America. Feelings mutual.
Yeah, but Jacob, we need to get you to Japan, you know, where the other wrestling leagues are.
Yeah.
Hey, United Kingdom went up. They're like 2-3% now.
Okay, UK.
Hey. All right.
I don't know. Again, I don't know who's clicking on this stuff, but we definitely appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
If you're from another country, start listening to my stuff.
Oh my.
It's the only thing that really matters.
So, Jacob, what are you going to do when you're not number 1? Because it won't last forever.
No, trust me, I've been out of the number 1 slot.
That is
And
true.
I, for some reason, just care, and I don't know why. So I make 0 money at this. But for some reason, I treat it like it's a job. And I'll just promote. I have a little cult following. You know, hell, even my wife's grandmother has even listened to an episode.
Wow.
So, yeah, she's like, oh, I listened to an episode. Yeah, you said a few cuss words in there. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, things happen. See, what would be great is if this goes number 1 because I'm on it. So it's all good. I really want this episode to go all the way to the top and stay there. Everyone wins.
I finally win. Yep, I'm for it. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
See?
More than 18. That's all I ask. More than 18. My 18 people, I love you. And thank you for watching.
Well, Cedric, we gotta get that Naruto series started up on the podcast.
People are gonna love or hate us.
There's no in between.
The things I will be saying, and then people are gonna love.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'd be excited for that one. You know, the one thing I'm surprised that we don't have somebody talking about, which I think all of us could, and is I'm surprised we haven't had someone talking about, you know, like news in the video game world.
That's true.
Like I'm surprised we haven't had someone discussing how, you know, the roller coaster ride that's Cyberpunk that's going on right now, like, you know, and
Well, if you got on earlier, we were talking about it. So, you know, you're just late as per normal. So,
you know, okay, here's the thing. Jacob, I showed up on time for your wedding, and Martin, I showed up early for your weddings because, you know, that's just...
Thanks, Kayla.
No, Kayla almost made me late for yours, but I got it corrected, and I arrived on time. So, with that being said, I don't give a hot shit anymore, for God's sake, because whenever it comes to important stuff, then I am good to go. And
Are you saying that this isn't important?
I should have read at 3 o'clock. Your fat lips were talking, and I couldn't get a word in. Oh shit! You can call me Rumpke. I'm gonna take the trash out.
Oh my God. What would one topic would want us to talk about in 2021? This is just for anybody out there, for you guys. Like one thing that we should talk about in 2021 or want to talk about.
Wrestling. I'll take wrestling for 500, Alex.
We already did. Okay.
That's all I need.
Something
I'm
new?
one-dimensional. It's all good.
Yeah.
Like something that we don't talk about at all.
Yeah, or just a topic like that we missed that we should something new, like interesting. I know we said Naruto, which is coming, and
yeah, but like I would categorize that as just like our anime discussions. Like,
fair enough.
I'd be down for like a lot of other discussions. Now, personally, like me, I wouldn't dive into, even if I like agreed to a topic or disagreed on a topic, I wouldn't hop into anything political. I'd leave that to people who might actually have their thoughts more in order. Because even if I agree with just I don't like to dive into that stuff too much on official stuff because I'm an idiot.
Honestly, movies. I'll say movies. We don't really talk about movie reviews.
Actually, I was gonna say with the new Marvel movies coming out, maybe do some reviews on those.
Yeah.
And those Marvel episodes too.
Somebody going to do the review then? Start it off with Wonder Woman. I mean, it comes out in 5 days. HBO Max.
I will.
Oh, we know Martin's gonna be all over it too.
Or we could get 51st Takes back.
Well,
why not?
Well, that music. So you're gonna have to implement his music into your thing, Martin, because he only has that one. That one soundbite, the little drum sound thing, like he's some type of patriot or some kind, and going into battle where I've never seen Patrick throw a punch, so I don't know what that is. But
we gonna do a collaboration, or like you want to merge? You want to buy out? Go buy out Patrick's stuff.
I don't know what does it cost. That's the question. How much we gotta spend to buy it out?
All the money that Martin's made from the L7 crew.
477.
I mean, he already transferred over his song thing to his podcast, so it can't be worth that much.
He's the master on Twitch now. I mean, he's doing stuff there. So, but no, movies was good. Yeah, we need to. Wonder Woman, I guess, will be the first, and things like that.
Movies,
I know,
games, and
games, yeah.
Yeah, games.
I don't know if this would be something that we could branch out, maybe going differently from podcasts, but I've always thought if we streaming boards where maybe we were playing games, because I think if we can get people in this group playing personally, I think that would be hilarious. So, dig up. In case you didn't get Among Us, $5 on the store. Buy it.
I just seen they put it out there. I'm actually pretty stoked about it. I do have to buy it.
Do it.
Give me 2 years and I'll buy it once you're done playing it.
2 years?
That's how it works with me and Mitch. Mitch will tell me to buy something, and I'll wait about 2 or 3 years whenever he's done playing it, and I'll buy it for $1, and then I'll be like, hey, I got the game, and I'll be pissed off because I didn't get it 3 years beforehand.
Well, Jacob, if we start streaming stuff, you're going to have to buy it, immediately.
Yeah, I know. If we start streaming, we're going to put, hey, this is adult content, because there'll be a lot of cuss words if we're playing video games.
Well, first, hold on. First of all, Cedric, Byron, myself, and Chuck actually stream Naruto every couple weeks. So you
guys are already already got that going on. Now wait. Let me ask, because I actually haven't checked out any of those streams. How do you stream? Martin?
You can stream through the PS4.
So you're actually on the streaming service, okay? I didn't know if you just had hopped on playing with them. I didn't know if you specifically were streaming. Okay.
No, if Chuck doesn't put it on, you just connect your PlayStation to your YouTube. So it's connected to the L7C YouTube, and anytime I go live, it goes live.
Can you have full connected to the L7's YouTube?
Yeah, you could. You could. Or if we wanted to, because we don't have an L7C Twitch, one could be on YouTube and one could be on Twitch.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And then with Among Us, I mean, because I have it for Switch too, and Courtney's gotten really into watching it, but doesn't want to play it. Which okay, so I mean, if we really did that, we could. But my main concern is that man, we don't have 10 reliable people.
Wait, we don't what? Say that again.
We don't have 10 reliable people to play Among Us with.
Oh, I think if you give people, you know, like what you did with just this podcast, you know, you get like feels for like everyone's schedule, and you set a time in advance, and then bam, you know, a little more easier.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if I would play Among Us. Like, I give it a shot. It's just a game.
Well, really,
I don't even know.
I just said that just because it could be anything, really. But
You think Justin would let Patrick be on a stream?
No. Sorry.
I don't.
I gotta be honest, but he hasn't won him on anything that he's actually like.
Patrick's affiliated though. Like he makes money off this.
Patrick's the biggest fan.
Yeah.
What?
Patrick's the biggest fan. He's a self-proclaimed biggest fan of L7C. Outside of that, those are his own words.
Those were his own words. He's been saying that since day one.
I mean, he does some. He likes and retweets the stuff. But Mitch, I actually do have a goal because me and you talked about it. Because got these people are listening to the podcast on like sites and stuff, but get the YouTube subscription up a little bit in 2021.
Yep.
Jacob, tell your grandma to subscribe.
It's not my grandma. It's my wife's grandma.
Your
But
grandmother-in-law.
okay, yeah, I can spread the word.
Because I'll tell you what, Jacob, you're number one on like the anchors and all that stuff, but on YouTube, man, and they don't be listening to you.
That's because my people don't even bother having to watch it. You just listen to it on the sites. Why would they watch a podcast when you can't see anything on the podcast? I'll just listen to it. I'm sorry. My listeners are smarter than Mitch's listeners.
Wow!
Damn, Jacob.
Jacob probably.
And there goes my rating.
Jacob's probably sitting there just rerunning his shows all the time. He's got like, you know, his iPod, iPad, computer. He probably has like a little Zoom 2004 just playing everything again.
Dude, I don't think I'm advanced. I don't think I'm technologically or however the fuck is that. I am not advanced enough to do that at all because I didn't even, back to the email. I can't even read emails right because I didn't even get anything after I thought the date was set, but I wasn't sure.
Oh my gosh. Another goal I did have is to do depending on how the world is, do a bigger one in person.
I like that.
Oh.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That'd be scary.
Well, we gotta try to do that before March then. Otherwise, I'm bringing my kid.
No, we'll come to you as long as you have snacks.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot.
Martin wants a full course. No, Martin wants a 3-course meal. Don't be confused when he says snack.
No, when I went to Mitch's house, they had good pizza, good sub.
By pizza, you mean Papa John's?
Damn, all I got was crappy Taco Bell. What the hell?
You were here for like an hour.
That's irrelevant.
And I had to go pick you up.
That is irrelevant. I mean, you got to feed the people.
Well, Jacob, you should have been there when we were helping him move. That was a journey.
I was busy that day.
Intelligently busy, like good planning, good job. Proud of you because
Yeah, very busy that day. You know, just wedding stuff. It's crazy busy. You know, it is what it is.
Mitch's cousin just sat there and didn't do anything.
no, that's not true.
Which one?
Patrick at one time with the thing after Patrick was reading his book of sonnets.
Evan did a lot of the stuff that I didn't want to do, but I did actually have to make fun of him a little because they were just packing stuff in bags and not really keeping it organized sometimes because I had a bag in my bedroom full of like clothes and like other stuff, and then I look at the bottom of the bag and there's kitchen utensils in there, there's spoons and forks. And I'm like, who the hell packed this crap?
It was a time, but all right. So we're gonna wrap it up. So each person will get their final say, and then we will call it a day. So who wants to go first? I know Jacob probably just going to try and go last. So
Absolutely. Yep.
I was going to be like, take that last and Jacob go first.
Yeah, Jacob, you should go first. As the number one person right now, you should set the example.
I don't know. Actually, you know what?
All right, it's just final word?
Yeah, final words, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mitch's listeners, I don't think you're dumb by any means, first off. I think you're wonderful human beings. You should definitely listen to my wrestling podcast. Along with everybody else's, but just listen to mine like double. But no, I gotta say the whole like podcasting thing, this whole thing's been fun. Like it's just a blast. Even being dumb and dicking off of promoting, like I actually have a job with the L7C is actually fun. So, yeah, thank you to all the listeners, all my Americans, because apparently the international people don't like me.
They just don't know you.
You called them stupid.
They gonna learn, I guess. I don't know. But no, thank you for everyone who listens. And continue to listen. Continue to support the podcast. Help us grow. Share, rate, subscribe, whatever else. I don't know what everybody says. You follow me at Motley Mason at Instagram.
Are you serious? What?
We
need to start plugging ourselves, guys.
Okay, Jake.
Nice.
That was smooth.
I like it.
That was smooth. Cedric, you want to go?
Sure. I mean, final thoughts. It's been a great year, guys. Everyone, good job. Thanks for being so involved. I know. Thanks, Martin, for putting everything together. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like you do all the heavy lifting, kind of like you get all the episodes, you record all the episodes, you contact everybody. As much as it hates me because he's so not shit. Thanks, Justin. I hope you're listening to this, Justin. I still have faith in you, Justin, that you'll change your ways, and you already know what I'm talking about, Justin. So, thank you for editing all this stuff, because I know that's not easy, listening to our voices and whatever we talk about, even though you don't really care sometimes, for what could be anywhere from half an hour to potentially an hour, depending on how engaged we get in the conversations. Thanks to the viewers. Again, without you guys, we still do this, probably, no lie. I mean, not saying it, we don't appreciate you, but it is nice to know that there's people out there who like to at least listen to what we have to say and show a little bit of interest in what we say. I appreciate that. Be on the lookout. There's going to be some new stuff happening, hopefully rapidly fast in the new year. So just, as always, follow Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, subscribe. Watch it all. One love.
Mitch?
I'll start off by, thanking the viewers. Thank you for everything. We truly appreciate it. And hopefully you guys are sticking around and then growing with us. And hopefully you can, spread word of mouth, tell some people that you know to listen in, because we would appreciate that as well. And like Cedric said, we'll get some new topics out there for you guys to listen to, and just try to be more diverse than what we already are, and just keep supporting the stuff I'm putting out. Whatever, support Jacob, I guess, but everyone, support Byron. Everyone, all of us can make you an expert in something. I'd like to give a shout out to Martin. Thank you for putting this all together and making this dream actually happen. Thank you for that. And, look forward to, the next one. So that's it for me. Thanks, everyone.
Byron.
Great first year. Happy that we decided to do this in the year of COVID, just providing entertainment to the masses. Thank you for our viewers for continually listening to us ramble on about different stuff that we're experts in. Like, comment, subscribe to our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. Thank you, Martin, for, like everyone else says, putting this all together. And thank you, Justin, for editing and making us sound the best as we can.
Thank you, Justin. Forgot that one. Just you're here.
Yeah, I really don't. I really don't have much to add except for thanking all of you guys for taking your time each and every 2 weeks, once a month, twice a month, to be on doing these podcasts. I know I hate the term, but we are busy with our own things. So you guys taking the time out of your days to do it is great. I mean, even side note, Mitch, we got to record soon again. Same with Jacob and same with Byron. So we got to figure that out. So, and also thank you to people who weren't on this portion. They'll have their own portion. Evan, Chuck, obviously Justin, the producer, producing all the stuff. Chelsea for giving us that female voice. Hopefully we'll have more of those in 2021. And yeah, that's really it to the people listening. I think Cedric said we would be doing this if no one was listening, which is true because we've been talking about doing this for years. But the fact that people are listening is great. Hopefully we can get some more listeners so we can get that $10 mark so everyone can at least get $1 for their services.
Yes, people. You heard him right. We are here about the money. Don't get it twisted.
And that's that too. And then the people I know who consistently listen, even though we've given him some shit on here. Patrick, he is an avid listener, so
our number one fan. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, our number one guy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One love to him.
Yeah. So, and all the other people who listen, who share the stuff. I know Nikki shares it. Courtney.
Wait, my guy Nikki shares it? Oh, Nicola.
What's he an expert at? We got to get him on here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That'd be cool. He watches anime too.
And I mean, even the people who have listened to an episode that they wouldn't understand. My mom tried to listen to a Dragon Ball Z one, and she's like, "I just clicked this because I know you like this stuff." And I was like, "Who is cursing on here?" That's what my mom was saying.
Oh, so
you should have told her to listen to one of the first ones then.
Next time. No. Next time, tell Miss Regina that is Oso's potty mouth that she is hearing on the podcast.
Well, if she ever heard a wrestling one,
Why'd you get her on?
No, she randomly clicked on because she asked me if she could be.
Oh, that's not right. You gotta.
And then,
that's wrong, man. That would be the number one part. Sorry, Jacob.
Well, she said, "Why now?" And my dad looked at her as like, "Well, you don't know how to just sit there and answer questions. You just talk too much." I just said, "No." I mean,
well,
so yeah, we'll see. She would do a cooking one though, because obviously that's her life. But
let me get that part.
Yeah. Besides that, thank everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. And that was a great end of year for our first end of year review.
Yay.
Good job, guys. Everyone, yay.
Good job, everyone. Also, to the people who made it to the second episode, if you talk smacking us about our first episode, I will remember that because I listen to all the podcasts. So when I listen to yours and I hear that you're talking smack, I will send you an email.
Now, hold on. Let me make sure that I tell Jacob, this is what you need to do sometimes, because if you can't actually listen to it, you at least should play it on your phone, put it on mute while you're playing a game, so then at least you get the view tick up.
Wow.
Well, I know how to, I'll just start doing that to mine. You're just see my stuff take off.
I can't actually.
I mean, I'm playing Apex as I'm doing this podcast.
I mean, that's what I do whenever I'm playing a game or whatnot. If I actually can't listen to someone's stuff or I haven't listened to it yet, I'll at least have it playing in the background, put my phone on mute right next to me, and well, at least I'll get that, and then I'll come and revisit it, usually on the YouTube channel. So
I do know right now on the 20th, we're 11 views away from getting 500 total views.
Woo!
So
I mean, do you want me to promote? I can get that in a day.
Promote then, Jacob.
The sad part is I don't.
If you could do it with different viewers, like new people, I'll give you my dollar of the $10.
No.
I'll give you my dollar.
Well, I mean, this episode's going to come out on the 31st, so I mean, there's episodes to be recorded before then, so we should get it. As long as everyone doesn't, as long as you don't suck.
Wow.
Hey, you
Okay.
Yeah, guys,
Jacob
what's up?
I feel like I was gonna say. I feel like that's not directed at me.
No. Huh?
I want to start coming with like super hot takes on anime with people involved.
Oh no.
Dude, the hot takes do it. That's what I always do.
No, we talk about Lana going through tables. That's what it does.
I mean,
Dude, I
it's true,
throw
though.
a hot
She should
takes,
go-
man.
no,
She's going to be
She really should
champion.
be going through tables for what she did to this damn thing. And if there was a big enough person,
Dude, Cedric.
I really wish Nia Jax would go through a table too. But no one
This
can put
sounds
her
like
in.
you or need to do this.
Dude, it sounds like you need to come on the wrestling
Oh,
podcast.
Cedric has words for Nia Jax.
Oh, come on the podcast.
Yes. You
Come
guys-
on the
you guys
wrestling
need-
podcast. I'll take you to the number one spot, buddy.
I'm all about it
Hop on my back. I'll carry you. I got
with the
this.
team.
All right, guys. This is the L7C podcast. Thank you again. And we'll all be talking to you guys.
Yeah, everyone.
Take care. All right. We are here with the producer, Justin Ackendale. He is providing his own stuff for the end of year podcast. So, Justin, I'm going to just ask you these questions. So, who was your favorite podcast to listen to, or which one was your favorite to do?
I would have to say probably the wrestling one. I'm also a big fan of wrestling and a lot of stuff to keep up with. So that was a good way to know what's going on in that world.
Fair enough. Is there anyone in particular that you want to do an episode with?
That's probably the college football one.
Okay.
A lot of things going on right now. So that's one that I would think about never hopping on.
Right.
Right top of my head.
You're not gonna hop on the wrestling ones when January hits, because you know that's Rumble season.
Yeah, those two. I can see myself on those as well.
Hey, do you have any L7C goals for 2021 with content on who you think we should interview, who we should enter into our rotation more?
Off the top of my head, keep pushing out content for 2021 and improving. That's it.
We were talking earlier, and Jacob tried to say, "Oh, we should get Patrick on." Everyone's like, "No." We're like, "Yeah." Just we all said you'll hear it when you edit it, but we all said, "Yeah." Justin put a heart. Justin declined his membership to the club.
He won't be on there.
So I did write up everyone's stats, and I wanted to share them with you real quick. So Mitch has been on 8 episodes, and he has 93 total listens. Byron's been on 10 episodes and has 61 total listens. Cedric's been on 2 episodes with 18 total listens. Jacob's been on 8 episodes with 126 total listens. Chelsea's been on 3 episodes with 38 listens. Evan's been on 7 with 49 total listens. Chuck, with his 1 episode's been on 19 total listens. And you have been on only 6 times and have 59 total listens.
Jacob's a star, it looks like.
But you still have one in the top 3, still fighting for that number 1 spot. I think you're 1 behind Chelsea and 2 behind Jacob. And you have 2 episodes in the top 10, and you have a 3rd one trying to get in the top 10. So what does that say about you, though?
Want to make money off the NFL. That's what it's
Well, that's true. That is true. Is there any one topic you would want us to do in 2021?
Any one topic?
Yeah.
Maybe do some more UFC stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I was looking at the numbers, and that podcast did pretty decent number, and they put on a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
He died deep. He's also talk about there.
Yeah, I know. Someone suggested, which I said he'll be on, is getting the other two arrays on here, Steven and Junior.
He said he's game.
Yeah, and do you want to be on the episode when we finally get Larry on here?
Nah, I'll fit that one out. I'll just edit that one and get all the funny stuff out of that one.
Justin, you got any last comments for the viewers, or anyone for the L7C podcast going into 2021?
Thanks for support and keep supporting.
Hey, you heard the man. So let's just hop right into it. Healthy Police, the queen of the L7C podcast, as 2020 comes to a close. What has been your favorite podcast that you did or even listened to?
I think my first one was my favorite, just, getting to talk about women in sport in general and what it means to me, I think was just a really great experience and was really fun to just kind of open people's eyes to the fact that women's sport, number one, exists and that there is a market for it. So I would definitely say the first.
And the first one that is still fighting for that number one spot with 20 days left to go. No, with 11 days left to go in 2020. So we'll see where it ends up. At the end of the year, it'll definitely be in the top two or see if it's number one.
Let's make it happen.
Going forward to 2021, is there anyone that you would want to do an episode with, like a coworker or someone else who does podcasts on here, or any of your friends? Like, who would you want to do an episode with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to doing an episode with anybody that's a part of the L7C podcast family. But also I have some people in my program that I think might, enjoy coming on it and talking and can shed some light on some other areas of sport that maybe we don't talk about as much. For example, we have one individual who likes to talk about sustainability in sport and kind of that intersection between climate change and sport and the environment, things like that. Another one who likes to focus on disability sport. And these are two areas of sport that don't often get a lot of coverage in terms of understanding, what they are and how they affect the sport industry. And so I think they would love to come on and chat about kind of their experiences and how their research and their interests have a role in sport beyond what we view as mainstream sport.
Awesome. I'm surprised you didn't say that you wanted to do maybe an episode with Courtney. Have her come onto the scene.
I mean, if she's down to do one, I would love to. Although I don't know if the world's ready for a podcast with the two of us.
Oh, I'm sure it is. And I was just talking to her saying, I was like, I mean, you can come on. She's like, I don't know what I talk about. I was like, you want to come on with her? And then she's off doing her thing downstairs. And then what goals do you have for 2021 for individually your episodes or maybe the group's episode? I got the goals from some of the other people. I want to hear yours before I share some of theirs.
Yeah, that's tough. As the only woman who's been on the podcast so far, I think just continuing to discuss the important issues that are facing women's sport, the hot topics that are occurring. We've touched on a bunch of them, and things are always changing and things are always happening. So continuing to discuss those and understand those certainly would be a massive goal for 2021. I think, maybe even having me discuss things beyond just women in sport. Obviously, as somebody who studies sports, I have, I like to think I have an expansive knowledge, and so I can speak to some of those other things beyond women in sport, but certainly love to discuss those issues that are taking place.
Yeah, so I think your goal kind of mixed with me and Mitch's goal. Mitch's goal was to also talk about other things, because there's other things that people want to talk about. He's fine talking about just like Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff, but just other things you want to talk about. And then mine, also because Chelsea technically, now with November, all that, we're technically kind of family now. So I would, and I like you and all that, but I do actually want more women to be on the podcast. Because I think that's a big thing, because you're obviously the first and you're the trailblazer. And when we were talking earlier with the others, they're like, man, Chelsea's been the only one brave enough to be on. Like any other girl I've asked just said they don't want to hear themselves talk, or they're afraid to be on. There's one girl who said she'd come on in 2021 that I worked with. So that representation matters. We say it every episode, so we got to try and get some more women on the podcast.
And certainly I would be willing to come on with any of those women that you've asked. Certainly I might not know everything that they're talking about, but if moral support is needed and helpful, I'm more than willing to do that.
Do the people that you were talking about, are they all women or guys, or?
The two in particular that I was talking about are both women.
Well, we gotta get them on.
I'll see what I can do.
For 2021, representation matters, like we always say. Who do you think going forward in 2021? We got a pretty steep rotation. Mitch, Byron, Cedric, Jacob, self, Evan, Justin on one, Justin, Cam. So we've had 9 people, and basically 7 are steady people. Who would you want to see come on for an interview or to be part of like our rotation of podcasts?
I don't know. I saw that question in the list, and I was like, I just don't know anybody off the top of my head. Certainly if you could get any, celebrities or people that work, even like work in the industry. So, if you have any connections to people that are in the sport industry, at least from my perspective, I think that would be really cool for your listeners to kind of get a behind the scenes, similar to what you did with getting people to vote, like, people like that. And if you have those connections, and certainly I can see what I can do as well from the sport perspective, but little like things like that, I think would be really cool for your listeners.
Yeah. And I think that with the first podcast in 2021, it'll actually be someone new. It'll actually be Junior. Junior will be on for the first time. So maybe when I get him on, maybe he can try and pull some strings and see what Gino Oriama's doing, since they're buddy.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Although he's in the middle of the season, so I don't know how.
Yeah, me either. But maybe he can get him to send in like a voice recording, and then we could just have that going on.
Maybe.
Is there any particular topic that you want to hit on 2021 that we haven't talked about in 2020, because we've only been podcasting for 4 months? So
yeah, I think just continuing to kind of discuss what's going on in those different sport organizations, because I think people tend to do the thing where the WNBA, for instance, is relevant for a little bit and then people just forget about it. And so, like I mentioned in one of the previous podcasts, where the media needs to continue to cover the WNBA even through the off season, I think things like that will continue to help kind of grow the visibility of those organizations, and just even like highlighting athletes, when female athletes that have done great things, I think is another step that maybe we could talk about, like an athlete spotlight or something along those lines, because I think, you can talk about the WNBA as a whole, but also there are individuals within that organization that are doing really great things, and most people don't know that. And that's just a testament to how hard they work, and they do so much with little recognition. And so maybe something like that, where we do an athlete spotlight or something to talk about something that's been done really well by a female athlete, and to continue to touch on that exposure, provide exposure to those athletes.
That sounds good. I guess a particular topic we're already super diverse in all the things that we talked about. You can find something for almost anybody. So just adding on to that and getting you more on a consistent rotation, because when I was doing the numbers just to tell everyone their numbers and stuff, which was kind of weird because it was like an employee evaluation, but you've been on 3 times. You're in the top 2, and your total plays right now is you've been listening to 38 off 3 listens, which is great. And when we were asking Jacob, I was like, so what are you going to do at the end of the year if Chelsea's episode catches you? He's been like, well, I'm going to have to promote because she keeps chasing me. So you, and they did, all the other people talked about how they liked your episode and things like that. And Mitch has been on 8 times, Byron's been on 10 times, Cedric's only been on twice, Jacob 8 times, Evan's been on 7 times, Chuck's been on 1, and Justin's been on 6 times. And you're, that Woman in Sports one, I know that we actually never talked about what one of your coworkers said the first time they listened to it. I remember you sending me a picture and them saying that they really enjoyed that episode, and we never actually said that on any of the other podcasts.
Yeah, she's one of the ones that I was actually talking about earlier, and she's been a massive kind of champion for me, and I know she's listened to episode 1 and 2. I don't know if she's listened to the 3rd one, but she definitely has been really excited for me and has raced to listen to them. And she actually is German, so she's listened to the first 2 in Germany. She's actually on her way back to the U.S. today as we speak, I think. And so it could expand your international audience as well.
Yeah. So that was who was listening in Germany.
Yep.
And we never know who's listening overseas. And then now we finally know one of them. I think one episode, Evan talked about potentially doing one with you. And shoot, who knows? I mean, you're a math whiz. Maybe you and Mitch can do a math episode together. Make it entertaining, but I don't know. You can give some free math advice. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten out of grad school without your tutoring in the math. So
true.
That is always appreciated.
Always here to help.
Chelsea, do you have anything else you want to say? Last words, things, thank yous, anything like that before we sign off and go into the new year?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. Being the first is a lot of pressure, but clearly it's been received well, and to have me back and to continue to talk to me, I appreciate the opportunity, and, we don't always get these kind of opportunities. And so, being able to take advantage and use this platform to talk about something that I just love so much and wish got as much coverage as other things is just really cool for me. And so to continue to get to do that moving forward into 2021 and beyond will just be a lot of fun for me.
Well said. Well, I don't have anything to add on that. Just thank you for being on and taking your time to do these and giving your insight on all these things and anything with women and sports and all that stuff. And as we've talked about on previous episodes ourselves and with you, I mean, there's an audience for it, and people want to hear what's going on in women in sports. And as you eloquently said the last podcast we did, that you can go on ESPN and you can't follow any of their stuff, and you're getting people to notice that. And hopefully one day someone speaks up from after listening to this, and you'll be a champion of champions for women.
Let's hope.
But with that being said, that is it. Chelsea's end of year review is going to be on with everyone else's end of year review that will come out on New Year's Eve, and you're going to all enjoy it. And we're going to be back in 2021 better than ever and championing women in sports. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.